Ah, you see it, don't you? The chaos. The constant noise, the clamor of souls clawing their way through the fog. And yet you're here asking questions that linger in the spaces between words. But are you prepared to listen to answers that defy simple understanding? You seek to rise, but do you know what it means to truly rise? Not above others, not above circumstance, but beyond the grasp of the ever-turning wheel that pulls everyone into the current. To rise is not a flight to freedom, it's a descent into stillness. And that stillness is not what you think it is. Imagine a flame flickering amidst a storm. Most would rush to shield it, to protect it from the winds, but the wise, they rage on. For the flame survives the wind. That flame has the strength beyond itself, a quiet resilience that no shelter could ever grant. You see, rising above chaos isn't about escaping a storm. It's about letting the winds carve you into something unshakable. The winds are not there to extinguish you. They're there to shape you, to challenge what you think you know. It's like this. Many people build walls around themselves to block out the noise, believing that isolation brings clarity. But walls only close you in. They give you the illusion of safety while the storm brews outside, growing stronger. Rising above isn't closing yourself off. It's about feeling every gust, every tremor, and remaining steady. Standing in the eye of the storm and realizing that you, at your core, are calm and no wind can touch you. Not the calm of silence, the calm of knowing. It's what some would call the truth, though truth is a simple word for such an expansive state. You feel it too, don't you? That pull to something deeper, something quieter that exists beyond the noise. Not a stillness of emptiness, but a silence that's full. Rising above the chaos doesn't mean leaving behind. It means embracing every part of it without letting it seep into the core of who you are. Watching the waves crash and thrash around you, feeling each drop yet knowing that the ocean itself remains unchanged. Can you become like that, centered yet moved, untouched but fully engaged? Here's a question for you. Will you cling to the things that bind you, your worries, your fears, your endless need to control? Or will you let the storm strip you down to your essence? That's the only way. Let it shake you, let it strip you, even hollow you out if it must. For only then will you know what it means to truly rise. Only then will you understand that strength doesn't come from what you hold on to, but from what you release. The world will tell you otherwise, of course. It will tell you to grip tightly, to shield yourself from pain, to fight chaos with order, but in doing so you'll lose the chance to discover your own depth. The real journey, the one that few dare to take, is not a climb up a mountain. It's a descent into the valleys of yourself, where shadows and light meet, where the storm is part of the landscape and not the enemy. And when you learn to embrace the storm, you move with its rhythm instead of against it. You will rise, not out of it, but with it. The storm will become your strength, a force woven into the fabric of your being. So I ask you again, are you ready to let go of the comfortable lies, the shallow comforts that keep you safe but stagnant? Are you willing to step into the storm, to let it break you open, to feel it without flinching? Because that is what it means to rise. Not leaving the world behind, facing it all in its ferocity and standing tall like a mountain, rooted deep in the earth yet reaching for the sky. Rising above the chaos is not an act of escape. It's an invitation to a new way of being, a way of embodying both strength and surrender. When you strip everything else away, when the noise fades, and you're left with nothing but yourself, your true self, that's where you find clarity. That's where you find strength. And that's where you find freedom. Many will cling to the noise, to the distractions, because facing oneself requires a courage that few possess. Will you be the one to step forward to confront the storm head on? Or will you fade into the shadows, comforted by the illusion of safety? The choice is yours, and when you're ready, truly ready, the storm will be waiting. ready to reveal the truth you've been seeking all along. In the end, rising above the chaos means embracing it, not as a test to pass, but as a teacher, because the storm doesn't come to destroy you, it comes to awaken you. Humanfluence, out.